sponsored by my OnlyFans, where I do my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. Hi guys, and welcome to Gadget Reviews and to this topic discussion. How will Sanguinius, be basically back? How will Sanguinius just going to pop out of nowhere and be back in the Warhammer universe, guys? This is a very interesting topic, especially because we will have a novel, like maybe in 2 months' time, I hope. As when you count that now it's July, I pray to God the GW are going to release this Horus Heresy novel. I am like anticipating this to a 10 degree. I don't know how to tell ya, but so far from everything that I read, listen, audiobook form, 30k, 40k, the Horus Heresy is just like the closest thing to my heart. It just, you know, just feel those books more, as a story. And they are going to give us a bit more info about what happened between Horus. The whole battle, maybe some more detail, Horus, the Emperor, what really transpired there. Where is the freaking body of Sanguinius? Because he's probably somewhere, either buried or just preserved somehow. We don't know actually. So that's one thing that we have to consider. I'm just getting straight to the topic and straight to the points that I want to make about this. Hi to everybody in the chat. So first, guys, I put on a quick poll just a few days ago. Okay, and you guys, some of you guys voted, and so basically on the question, how is Sanguinius going to return in the 40k universe? First option that I gave was the Emperor is going to resurrect him. So 11% of you actually think that the Emperor is going to resurrect him. We're going to discuss all of those. He is going to return through the sanguinor somehow, 47%. And he is not coming back, he's dead and gone, 24%, which is interesting because 24 is more than 11%. So there's that. And the last option, because YouTube only allows 4, was some other way that we can't think of probably. Or I think I actually allowed 4 or 5. Let me see, just in case. 5. Okay, so YouTube only allows 5, but I could think of only 4, so there's that. So some other way, and we can't think of. Sorry guys, my apologies, but yeah, I just had to do the videos late today. So yeah, let's discuss all of those things. I like revival option. Well, Optic, you don't really. Nice to be back, Dark. I'm so happy to see you actually. You don't really know a lot about Warhammer Optic, but you can always learn, So guys, I also listened to some other stuff, in terms of theories, and I'm gonna let you know what I think, but what is most logical, let's say, although it's not like we are in the heads of the GW, authors, but yeah. So, first option, 11%. Literally, guys, this option is the least voted, but to me at least is the most logical, which is the Emperor is going to resurrect him. So, first, let's look at some facts at least. It seems like from Godblight, the last book, from the Dark Imperium series, that the Emperor does have a plan. You can tell that by the way that he resurrected Guilliman, because the godblight killed him. He was basically just a corpse, and the poison really burned him inside and out. He was dead and gone. His body was not usable anymore, but despite that, the Emperor was there to immediately just bring him back to life, get him into the air. A lot of energy shining through Guilliman, and he started to recover. Even his armor got rebuilt, all those things. So there's a lot of direct info there. There's a lot of basically what is implied to be happening. So what I gathered from this is that the Emperor does have a plan, that Guilliman is his avenging son for sure. I mean, he is the one that's going to lead the plan for now for the Emperor to return. So it definitely seems like the Emperor is in this process of returning. Like, for sure, that is how it looks like. That is how. I mean, a lot of things are just pointing to that, especially this particular scene, because we see that he is very strong. He can bring someone back to life. He can recover their physical body completely. The way that this scene was described and the damage that was done by the godblight to Guilliman was basically like turning him into, from a living person to a corpse in, mere moments. And his body was decaying even. Because remember, that yucky thing, the godblight, comes from one of Nurgo's demons, I think, and whatever comes from Nurgo is yucky. And it has everything to do with the decay and the death of anything, basically. So it has everything to do with the disgusting truth of death, basically. And that means that Guilliman was turning into a corpse and he was rotting a lot faster than he would be if he was just dead. So if you go by this logic, then if Sanguinius' corpse is, well, even somewhat, preserved by some technology or whatever, because we don't know, but if it is, then there's just no way that the Emperor will not be able to rebuild that body in mere moments and just get the soul of Sanguinius in the warp and just put it right back in his body. It's a very strong soul as well that is able on its own to appear and communicate, which we see, from let me not mistake in this, but the devastation of Bao, guys. My apologies once again, which I also covered. And Dante was fighting the freaking Tyranids, and he was on the brink of death. Like, I mean, he was in a very bad shape. He has given his all, but he still, at the last moment, he was basically brought back by Sanguinius, and Sanguinius was like, you might need to rest and all of that, but you have not yet finished your duty, so sorry, but you have to go back there, because I need you. That I'm paraphrasing, but yeah. So having in mind that Sanguinius is powerful enough on his own, he should be capable of coming back. It's just that what is the means for him to be back? And for me, that's just the Emperor. That's what I see. Now, you said some stuff as well. I'm going to get your comment too. So let us see what your guys said actually there in the community post. He's going to return through the sanguinor. That theory, not sure, guys, about that, because I don't see how it's sufficient for a primarch to get back into some other being, that being also of power, because this being is still not the primarch. The bodies of the primarchs are strong enough to, to operate with their strong souls as well. I just don't get how that's gonna happen through the sanguinor. And then, even the Dante is infused there. Just, I don't see like merging of 2 or 3 beings in order for one to come back, because then, okay, let's see what was said here. So, Alexander M, and thank you for this, Alexander. He said Dante will fuse with Sanguinor, and then Dante and Mephiston will fuse into Sanguinius, since they would respectively constitute his good and bad sides. I just don't see how that's logical. Well, I said to this, but wouldn't that mean Sanguinius not himself anymore? It is going to be a mix of different beings, because yes, it is. And then Alex says, I was thinking more that they would combine the Sanguinius soul, that they would combine, and Sanguinius soul would enter the body, sort of like a reverse red angel from the horus heresy. He's a primarch, so I would think his soul would be very dominant if that's not the case. Still, the problem stands that a few beings are going to be like a few like going together. They're still individual beings. He will not just assimilate them and be like, oh, I'm the dominant soul because I'm the primarch. That is just not morally coinciding with how Sanguinius is and how he functions as a being, how he thinks. I don't think so. He would respect, even if that was possible, he would respect those beings, I think, enough that he would not use their body's energy, whatever, to come back to life. He's obviously need them in life to function on their own and to be themselves. So for him to sacrifice them in a way so he can return, I just don't see how that is in his nature, or at least in his function. He only needs a body, which he already has somewhere, just that it's rotting. We never heard that his body was burnt or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, as far as I checked, we just don't know where his body is, but we should at least I guess suppose that his body will be respected enough so he would be put somewhere to be preserved to a point, or at least in a coffin and in a room that's protected and guarded by freaking custodians. Who knows? Marked of Shame said the warp, which I asked him to elaborate on that, but he didn't, because I said, the warp, what is the warp going to do? Bring back Sanguinius into a physical being once more? I mean, the warp on itself cannot do such a thing. You still have to take his soul from there and put it into a body. And who has the power to take anyone or anything from the warp and put it or do anything with it? Well, it is the Emperor, and the Emperor alone. So that's why I just think, guys, that the Emperor is the only logical solution to this issue, and he's the most powerful and the only one qualified to actually do it. And I don't know why some people think that he is not coming back, coming back, and he's dead and gone. I don't think that. I think that maybe for sake of somehow convenience in terms of what GW wants to do with their tabletop game, they could either return him so people have him to play with. I think that they have more interest in that rather than not returning, not resurrecting him. So in terms of pure financial stuff, I think that people would love to buy his miniature and put it on the tabletop and just have him if you're playing the Red Angels. I think it just makes a lot of sense from tabletop point of view, from popularity of the game in general. It's going to be a huge, big, fat news in the whole community because, of course, it's one of the very best primarchs, loyalists, and for him to be coming back to join Guilliman, like imagine the stories, the lore, imagine how that's gonna expand and how we're going to get one step closer to the returning of the Emperor. And what about if that is the Emperor's plan the whole time, to return, to return, yeah, of course, but to get some of his sons to return, to resurrect them, and like one by one, for the Emperor to have this reinforcements of his plan, of his power, of his presence, physical presence in the physical universe, basically, through his sons. And then when they are done with some of the tasks that he probably is going to give to them, in the meantime, he's going to gather power, and when the time is right, he's going to actually return himself physically. So I think that maybe, just maybe, they're essential to him returning physically. So in order for that to happen, they first have to return themselves. Those that can. So we do have Jagatai Khan somewhere in the webway. We cannot actually count him as dead, but maybe, just maybe, he's doing something in the webway that the Emperor had an idea about when he was actually doing the project about the webway. So who knows if he's not contacting Jagatai Khan there and doing some plans on the side that we're just not aware of. There's a lot of things to consider. We cannot know how GW are going to go. I mean, what route they're going to take in this, but I personally think that's a pretty good thing. If you can take each and every primarch that can return and just put them into the lore, expand the story, put another one, expand the story, put another one, expand the story. You can not only have the benefit of the renewed primarchs being there, and that's gonna be cool for the tabletop games as well, for the lore as well, but you also can postpone the returning of the emperor a bit more, and in the meantime telling even more awesome stories and just building and building and building and building up to that point. And once you have the emperor, then you have another like big expanding universe of possibilities with the lore, with the tabletop. I mean, that's just a pretty good idea, I think. At least that is how I think it is right now. So that's just my prediction or my suggestion for this. And Dark says the rumor is that Sanguinary is Sanguinius. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I'm just talking about the physical return of Sanguinius. They was going to resurrect Ferris, so might do that with Sanguinius. Are you sure? Sanguinius' body is homeworld, might be on Santa's there. Okay, so there's not really any real distance for the Emperor, so wherever his body is, that's not gonna be an issue for the Emperor, from resurrection standpoint. So there's that, guys. So if there's like a official confirmation when that book here is going to come out, please let me know, guys. But really, I'm gonna jump on that as soon as it comes out. Hopefully, if everything is well and good, and I'm gonna go through it as fast as I can, see what the heck's happening, because I cannot wait. Finally, something that's really exciting in the main lore about some main guys that are doing something. Let's say. So we see if this gives us hope for the future, and not just only give us a look onto the past. Very interesting indeed, Ivy. So hopefully, like I've said, more insight of the future by looking at the past. Yeah, I wanted to word it somehow this way. There was something else. I think I forget what it was. Let me go back to the poll. Maybe I will remember if I missed something that I wanted to say. Okay. Yeah, I am really a bit shocked that some people think that he's just dead and gone, not gonna return. Or really there's going to be some other way that we can just think of, but the way that the books are written at the moment, especially the last one, Godblight, is just pointing to the fact that the Emperor, can do this. He can bring back guilliman, and he did. So why not just take the body of another Primarch and bring him back? Like, what is stopping him? I'll tell you what is stopping him right now. It is the fact that there is that is not the right time at the moment. So he is waiting for some time, for some particular right time, according to what his plan is, that we don't know what that is. But according to that plan, his sons, or at least some of them, has to return in one particular key moment or moments, but we don't know when that is. So at this moment he can do this for Guilliman. He did. Then Guilliman continues on his journey and missions respectively, and maybe, just maybe, by doing this book now and telling us what happened in more detail, they can connect this book, if they really want to, they can connect this to the next book that's going to be dealing with the main lore, and then in that 40k book to bring back, Sanguinius. So that's going to be very smart if they're going to do this, because this is giving us incentive, of course, to buy that one and to buy the other one, and to just make the lore a lot more exciting, once again, more meaningful. So there's that, another idea. Amazon has 6th December as a book publishing day. Really? Jesus, that's so far away. I really was hoping it's gonna be like in 2 months. Ah, that's for the hardcover. Oh, okay. So maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for the audiobook. Maybe. I hope so. Thanks for clarifying that, dear Clayton. Sorry. If you see the audiobook version, yeah, of course, please let me know. So guys, it is super mega late, almost 1 a.m. So I really gotta go. The power shifted in the warp that has empowered the emperor. That too, which was said, I think, exactly by Sanguinius when he appeared to Dante and saved his butt in the devastation of Pau. So he did say that some things that were not possible before are possible now, and that's alluding to, well, whatever is happening now with the emperor as well. So very important pieces that are just sprinkled around the novels. That's why I wanted to get through as much as I can, but I'm still stuck on the freaking Avenging Sun, and yeah, I just not enjoying it. Months ahead, I'm waiting for a few months too. Wow. Oh, thanks. Thank you, dear Clayton. So guys, as I said, let me know what you think in the comments, because it's really awesome to discuss theories and all of that. I told you mine, which yeah, I'm just kind of feeling very, very strongly about those, but who knows what Jita was gonna think of. So have a great night, sleep well, guys. Love you. If you like to support me nowhere, links down below to OnlyFans, where I do all of my helpful coaching, meaningful sex education, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. My personal time with you as well. My my physical updates, all those things. And yeah, until tomorrow, hopefully, guys. I love it. Bye bye.